Got this from Straight Arrow News. Secret Service dismantles New York network capable of crippling phone systems. So what happened here? Full story. Secret Service agents. Let me close all this crap off the screen. Guys, I'm trying to read the news story here. You don't need to send a bunch of pop-ups on me. Secret Service agents say they disrupted a scheme that put the New York region's communication network at risk, uncovered during an investigation into threats against senior U.S. officials. The plot, involving more than 300 servers and 100,000 SIM cards, was dismantled just as world leaders prepared to gather in New York City at the United Nations General Assembly. Officials said the networked devices could have shut down cell towers, launched a denial of service attack, the digital equivalent of clogging phone lines until no one else can get through, and allowed encrypted communication between criminal groups and foreign operatives. The devices were found within 35 miles of the UN headquarters in Midtown Manhattan, the Secret Service had said. We want to identify, locate, and take down these criminals that are setting up these networks. Special agent in charge of the Secret Service New York field office. My message to them is, if you're involved in this, we're coming for you. Secret Service investigates potential targets. Working alongside the federal agencies, including the Department of Homeland Security, investigators trace the network of devices, analyze communications, and dismantle the system before it could be used against officials. Federal authorities also received a tip suggesting threats and plot could be linked to the Chinese government, according to ABC News. The Secret Service has not confirmed who is behind these devices. Guys, this is a national security threat. We are currently hosting the United Nations in New York, and if they DDoSed the phone systems in New York, that would severely limit emergency services and communication between the federal governments, or between the governments in general. If you shut down communications in an area where a bunch of world leaders are, that's think of the chaos.
Hello, my name is Matt McCool, and I'm the special agent in charge of the Secret Service New York field office. We are making this announcement as a matter of public interest, given timing, amount, and concentration of material recovered during a recent Secret Service Protective Intelligence investigation. The investigation led us to the New York tri-state area, where investigators discovered tens of thousands of co-located and networked cellular devices.
And that's exactly the point I want to hit on there, Boosh. This is a legitimate foiled terror attack. Absolutely, this is a terror attack. They tried to terrorize people by shutting down a denial of service in a city like New York. People will die. Crimes will go unreported. Lives will be lost because emergency services can't get to them. They don't know where to go. They don't know people are hurt. World leaders wouldn't be able to communicate with people outside the city. Pure chaos. Pure chaos if this were to go down. If this had gone down.
Is capable of carrying out nefarious telecommunications attacks. These devices allowed anonymous encrypted communications between potential threat actors and criminal enterprises, enabling criminal organizations to operate undetected. This network had the potential to disable cell phone towers and essentially shut down the cellular network in New York City. These devices were concentrated within 35 miles of the global meeting of the United Nations General Assembly, now underway in New York City. Given the timing, location, and proximity, and potential for significant disruptions to the New York telecom system, we moved quickly to disrupt this network. To be clear, these recovered devices no longer pose a threat to the New York tri-state area. We will continue working towards identifying those responsible and their intent, including whether their plan was to disrupt the UN General Assembly and communications of government and emergency personnel during the official visit of world leaders in and around New York City. Forensic examinations of the equivalent of 100,000 cell phones worth of data is underway. Early analysis indicates cellular communications between foreign actors and individuals that are known to federal law enforcement. Given the sensitivity and complexity of this investigation, we are not able to go into specifics at this time. This is an open and active investigation, and we have no arrest to announce today. Rather, this announcement is designed to safeguard critical infrastructure and responsibly provide the public what we can at this time. The Secret Service will continue to run down all leads until we fully understand the intent of the operation and identify those responsible.
So just like you guys are saying in the chat, this would not have been the only step in their plan. There's very likely that if this was targeting the United Nations or targeting someone, something, that there would have been a follow-up to this had it been executed. And I guarantee you that's what the Secret Service and our federal government is looking into as of right now. Because if this had gone through a denial of service attack, there absolutely would have been a follow-up plan to that. It would not have stopped there with something so sophisticated as this. A lot of time and money went into this for it to just be, let's shut off their communications. No. There's way more to it than that. There has to be. I think we all work and have families. Bach, I'm a little surprised, but glad no one has, on the right has done something stupid. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful no one on our side, because we keep denouncing it. We keep denouncing it. Everyone on this side keeps denouncing violence. No violence. We don't want violence. Folks like us don't attack till we absolutely have to. And when we do, it's Cobra Kai style attack against strategic targets, not just wanting chaos. Well, that's the problem. We are order, they are chaos. And that's exactly the issue. We are order, they are chaos. Those are the two competing worlds. The two worlds that are competing right now is one world wants chaos and one world wants order. Secret Service investigates potential targets. Working alongside other federal agents, including the Department of Homeland Security, investigators trace the network of devices, analyze communications, and dismantle the system before it can be used against officials. Federal authorities also received a tip suggesting the threat and plot could be linked to the Chinese government. According to ABC News, the Secret Service has not confirmed who is behind the devices. If it is found that the Chinese government is responsible in any way for this, we need to immediately sanction them and declare war. This is an attack. This is a terroristic attack during a United Nations meeting of major world leaders. If the Chinese government is found to have any involvement in this attack, they need to be exposed publicly and then have war declared on them. That cannot stand. The amount of people that this could have endangered is immeasurable, and it cannot go without punishment. Foreign operatives and criminal groups involved. The Secret Service is still investigating the full capabilities of the network and whether it had a specific target. Officials say the system could have sent millions of anonymous messages per minute, enough to overwhelm the entire region's phone networks. They could have shut down the entire region's phone networks. They could have shut down the entire state of New York's phone network. That's how crazy this was. Thankfully, it was foiled before they were able to turn it on. Just think about how catastrophic this could have been. A major, major terror attack was foiled. This was a massive, major terror attack, guys, that was foiled. Who knows what could have happened if this were to be carried out? Who knows what they were planning had this been carried through? Good on our Secret Service in this regard. I thank them for their service, and I hope they find whoever is responsible. And like I said, if a foreign government is found to have any involvement in this, and this wasn't cartel related or just a terrorist attack by an individual or individuals, a group of individuals, it is sophisticated. It's more likely that it's a group. But if any federal government, any foreign government, I should say, has any involvement in this, they need to be exposed immediately and war declared. Because this is absolutely an outright terror attack. We'll keep you guys updated as we get more information on this. Absolutely insane story. I feel like it was incredibly important for you guys to hear about that. Because it's incredibly easy to disrupt systems like this, guys. Incredibly easy to disrupt systems like this. And we need to be aware of it. Sucks that that's where we are at, but what do you do when under direct threat from a cult? It's actually a mercy to the cult that our side is so morally restrained. Yeah. And they use that against us, don't they? They use our own morals against us. I mean, they'll sit there and yell free speech, but then we'll say, "Oh, we don't actually support free speech," when it's your speech being taken. They'll sit there and be like, "Oh, but what about my free speech? I thought you cared about free speech." Meanwhile, like just earlier, they would have been laughing at your demise. That's them.